Let's suppose that you were able, every night, to dream any dream that you wanted to dream. And that you could, for example, have the power, within one night, to dream 75 years of time. Or any length of time that you wanted to have. And you would naturally, as you began on this adventure of dreams, you would fulfill all your wishes. You would have every kind of pleasure you could conceive. And after several nights of 75 years of total pleasure each, you would say, well, that was pretty great. But now let's have a surprise. Let's have a dream which isn't under control.
And so the king pulled the sword from the great rock. He hadn't used any kind of increased strength, he simply picked it with one hand. The citizens of Camelot cheered, and not one person in his kingdom didn't love
Are you okay? I saw you fall from a great distance. You look confused.
I don't understand. What am I doing here?
You pulled the sword from the stone, and then there was a weird flash of light, and you disappeared. Now you've reappeared here.
Well, thank you for your assistance.
It's my pleasure. You are king after all. Or a god, some may say.
I am no god, nor shall I ever want to be. We should have a feast. Would you do me the honour of being my date to this feast?
I'd love to.
Thank you. Beautiful night.
Quite beautiful.
Not as beautiful as you.
Stop it.
I feel like I've known you for years.
Well, why don't we make it that? I don't know about you, but this feels like a little bit more than just too much to drink.
Happy anniversary.
10 years with you and it's a wonder I haven't gone mad.
10 years being king and 10 years with my love.
You're good at all this stuff, aren't you?
I do try.
It's been 50 years since I pulled the sword from that stone. And in those 50 years I met you and shortly afterwards married you. I've kept my kingdom safe and I couldn't be happier with the way that my life has turned out. But sadly, I think it's coming to an end.
Are you okay? Did you have a bad dream?
Well, I had a dream, but by no means a bad one.
What's the book about?
Oh, that's just a very old piece of writing, nearly as old as I am. My mother used to read it to me when I was a child.
And so the king pulled the sword from the great rock. He hadn't used any kind of increased strength, he simply picked it with one hand.
I used to dream what it must be like to be a king. All that power and control.
So what did you dream?
Well, I dreamt I was a king.
Well, thank you for your assistance.
It's my pleasure. You are king after all. Or a god, some may say.
10 years being king and 10 years with my love.
And I dreamt my whole life in a matter of minutes, because that's all it is, a matter of minutes. Now look, you're a very young woman and you've got your whole life ahead of you. Don't make my mistakes. For God's sake, don't get to my age and think what you could have had. I wasted my life thinking I was working and thinking I was doing the best for my wife and my friends, but really I just drifted away from them. And I dreamt that if I could have the same time over again, with the same people in it. So you go on, live a life outside this retirement home.
I wish I could, but I'm your carer. It's my job to look after you.
Yeah, and if I piss myself, you'll be the first to know, so go on. Don't dream a life, live a life.